The inspirational leader is ruthless in order to build a great team. More than just decisive, they've got to actually be quite tough on people. But building a great team is so important. So clearly you've got to get rid of the bad people. But what about the 40%ers? What about the people who are okay? And I would have said, before I had a particular experience, that if somebody's 40%, that's all right. Just get rid of the really bad ones. But I had a really interesting experience when I was working for a company that was losing money, and they brought in a new boss to sort it out, and he brought me in to sort the factory out. And I was able to watch him at work as he turned this company around. And he was really ruthless about who he got rid of. Now, getting rid of somebody is not the end of the world, because you could call it setting them free, because they go and work somewhere else where perhaps they'll be more happy, and somebody else comes in to do that job, somebody who would really love to do that job. So it's all great. But his cutoff point was that you had to be really, really good or you were out. I remember somebody called Brian was got rid of, and I remember thinking he was a good, solid guy. He'd had given years of good service. It just seemed really harsh to get rid of him. And also I was thinking, it's going to be a real hassle if we get rid of Brian, because we're going to have to recruit. There's going to be a period when we don't have anyone. The new person's not going to know anything. I remember thinking, why don't we just keep Brian? He's a good 40% sort of a guy. But my boss was utterly ruthless. He got rid of Brian, and the replacement was fantastic. The replacement was inspirational. So if you're going to have a team where everybody feels inspired, you have to have a really great team. And really, that job is the only place I've ever worked where everyone in the team was fantastic. Because usually there's always a few people who kind of shouldn't be there, but they're not really bad enough to get rid of. But it felt so amazing to be in a team where everybody was great. And I've never had that experience since, but I've always remembered that. So if you've got the power to do this, I would really recommend, if in doubt, get rid of those people. Set them free and replace them by somebody inspirational. And I think that's one of the things that inspirational leaders do. They build a really fantastic team.